On today's video, we're going to take a look at some cards that you probably should be watching. Hi everyone and welcome back. MTG Moxman here, the guy who didn't graduate Magic University. Well, hey, if you're new to the channel and you just found me right now, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the content that you saw on my channel today, it's free to do. Just hit that subscribe button and you're helping this channel reach its goal of 10,000 subscribers. And the best part is it's free to do. It didn't cost you anything. And you did something awesome for my channel and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing your comments in the comment section. So as we dive into today's conversation, I realize more and more with the sheer volume of Magic cards coming at us, with flashy left and flashy right, a lot of us kind of forget how many amazing cards there really can be if we look around. I tend to always look at cards whenever I get the chance, any spare moment, because you never know where the market is going in the world of Magic the Gathering. And as a purely entertainment channel that offers no advice whatsoever from the guy who never graduated Magic University and enjoys nachos and cheese and sometimes gets spoiled with a Gaia's Cradle from his awesome viewership, I gotta be honest, just here to have a good time. So if you need real financial advice, you should go find some. I'm not the guy for you. I offer nothing here but nachos and cheese and a good time. All right, so with the amount of cards out there, we can miss a lot of the amazing stuff that goes by. And that is missed opportunity of how some cards are valued and how they may be valued in the future. In the present, a card can look a certain way and become broken later on. There are cards I looked at in 1994 that I thought were just ridiculous. I hated them, never wanted to play with them. All kinds of amazing lands that people now recognize as cool stuff we paid almost no attention to back in the day. Just the way it was. I didn't realize how good Tabernacle at Pendlevale was back then because I played a white weenie creature deck. Why would I want to kill my stuff off? I wasn't looking beyond one deck. And really, I wasn't looking beyond one format, and that's where things change. The value of cards can be reinterpreted just by a new format being established, a new combination being created, Wizards putting new cards out that create entirely new combinations we haven't seen. So when this all happens and the tediousness of trying to stay on top of that, some players tend to just go toward cards they enjoy. That's myself included. I always look at land cycle. I want to see what cool lands are out there. And I always like to look at artifacts. That's kind of where I like to be. But in today's video, I'm going to show you a whole bunch of lands that you might want to be watching just because of the value point that some of these may have in the future. So sit back, relax, put some awesome comments in there. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And let's talk about some amazing cards you should be watching. The first card I'm going to share with everyone today is Yavamaya Cradle of Growth Retro Frame from Modern Horizons 2 because it's the one I enjoy looking at the most. Now, the price you're seeing in Canada, $18 Canadian near mint, is actually for a foil copy, okay? They didn't have any retro frame non-foil, so that's for a foil copy. The average is $18.71 US. The market is $18.09 US. So locally, it's actually cheaper here in Canada by a few dollars to buy it locally than go on eBay or TCG Player. It's better to buy it locally here. Check your stores. You'll find it. You'll be surprised. A foil is $28.63, which is surprising because I just told you it's $18 Canadian near mint for a foil. That's a 40% disparity. So right there, somebody can make some money. I have a play set of 4. I'm quite content with those. But if somebody wants to get some flipping power or some possible trade-in power later from non-advice, purely entertainment channel only, this might be a card you want to look at. And it's not just the fact it's a cool land, it's what it can do and how it can work in conjunction with other lands that were previously worthless or worth less or seen as kind of like duds from back in the day. And we'll get there as I go through the video. So Yavamaya is definitely on my watch list. Anyone who watches my channel realizes this because I've talked about this card quite a bit. And I want to make sure I've given fair opportunity for those who may see the value the way I do. Our next card is Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth from Planar Chaos. Now, this is the OG original from Planar Chaos. I'm showing you that on purpose because Yavamaya Cradle of Growth, its first printing is Modern Horizons 2. And I followed that up with Urborg for 2 reasons. One, they have the same effect, and they could be part of the same cycle of cards if we get a blue one, a red one, and a white one to kind of round out the whole set. But also look at the price. $40 Canadian for a near mint copy. The average is $32.99 US. The market is $33.13 US. A foil, no, that's not an illusion. A foil is $179.99 because, let's face it, it's an old school foil. They're much rarer and harder to get, and you're going to pay for that ability, okay? And of course, if we're looking at the euro, we're looking at €16.18 to get you that card. Actually, a pretty good price. This has been reprinted, and there are some cheaper versions out there, although there's also a few that are reprinted that are more expensive because they got the nice big full art frames and stuff. Keep an eye on that. But when you see this as a land cycle, you can recognize now that Yavamaya is going to go up. If this is what this OG costs, you can almost predict that after Double Triple Masters goes through, Yavamaya will start to rise. That's how I see it, and that is my humble opinion and nothing more, but I'm keeping an eye on it. And you better hope you don't finish that land cycle. You get a blue, a red, and a white in there, and we could have some crazy combination decks to be playing inside of formats like Commander. I can't wait to see if they do it. The next 10 years will just be fascinating. Let's go on and take a look at the next card, and that is going to be the Triumphs. I chose the Ragoon Triumph. It doesn't matter. Any of the Triumphs from Ikoria. Guys, they're amazing. Okay? The fact they cycle, tap for 3. Look what they say. Island, mountain, plains. Look what they can do, okay? They're fetchable. These are amazing cards. I can't say enough good things about them. But also look at the price. I remember telling people to buy these at $4 and $5. And I know quite a few people on my channel did buy them. Look at those prices now. And by the way, locally when I looked, they were sold out, okay, at $18. They didn't have any in stock. They started at $25 for a full art one and $66 for a full art foil. So keep that in mind. The average price being $12.48 US. The market being $11.94 US. A foil being $13.66 and €15.24 to get that card into your house. But look at how these have arced and changed over time. Ikoria's out of print. It's not coming back around. Now, people are saying in New Capenna, we're going to get the rest of the cycle. I hope we do. I hope we get to finish this one out so people can have really crazy good time in some of the other formats out there. We deserve it. We deserve to have a good time. But remember, after they finish this cycle, it will be years before they probably reprint it. Keep that in mind because some of these cards will go up in value. I kept all the ones I wanted. Play set of each one for myself for all the decks I want to play in. I should have gone further and I didn't. Maybe a little bit of a regret there. But it's something I'm keeping my eye on for the future. When New Capenna comes out, if they print them in there, I'll be buying more of that set than I normally would be. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next card today, and that is going to be Urza's Power Plant. Now, not just the Power Plant, I'm saying any of the Tron Cycle originals, okay? The Power Plant, the Tower, and whatever the other one is. The Mine, okay? From Antiquities, because these are too cheap. Look how old these are. $9 Canadian lightly played is what I can buy it for right now. I know they did the new flashy ones and stuff, but there's just something about the OG originals that I just think is going to take off at some point in the years to come. And at $9 a card, that's pretty insignificant. Right? The average price is $7.05 US. The market is $8.03. Now, there are more expensive ones. There are. But me, myself, I just be looking at the cheapest ones I can afford and can afford to hold on to without putting myself in debt. €8.07 to get that card, seriously? We're talking less than a $10 bill to get a card that's 30 years old and is played all the time. Insanity. That's all I can think about. Insanity. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next card today. And that is going to be Cathedral of Sara. And really, this is from Legends. And this is one of those cards that I really didn't have a use for as a teenager. I did use this because it added banding for my legendary creatures, which I really didn't have any back then, but I was trying to hope they would make some. And I gave up by 1995. So this card didn't see a lot of play with me, but I did keep it around. And look at it now. Imagine this card, which allows the white legends to ban. There's one for black, one for red. There's one for every color. But picture those lands now mixed in with the legendary creatures we know of in today's abilities and production, and what can be used in Commander. And then you mix that in with the fact that you have cards like Yavamaya and Urborg to make those things actually tap for mana. That's insane. And you could have a good time. And it's 20 bucks Canadian for a near mint copy. Wow. Average is $18.01, the market. And that's just because it was an old Legends card and people are still finishing their sets. €16.21? Really? I love this card and I use it inside my Commander deck just because I have a whole bunch of angels and a lot of legendary angels that can ban because of that card. So I like it. But I can see myself using a combination of cards like this to give really crazy abilities if they ever finish that land cycle. So cards that aren't great now, being able to see into the future and say, this could have future value. This could be worth some serious money. How much am I willing to risk? Because it's not the reward. It's what you're willing to risk. Forget about how great the reward is. Never put yourself in debt. Never harm family. That's the key. Okay? Keep an eye on that stuff. And if it's a card that interests you, pick one up once in a while if you can find one cheaper in a trade binder somewhere. Very interesting stuff. Now the next one, Talaria from Legends. Again, these have been reprinted. Now the Sara's Cathedral has not, but this has been reprinted. But this is an OG original for 12 bucks? Are you kidding me? It's $12. It removes banding abilities. Again, putting this in the right commander deck, 5-color commander with a whole bunch of crazy shenanigans, getting different mana from Yavamaya or Urborg or combinations to get dual land status. This is a pretty insane card that could be used to take away abilities from people who are bugging you depending on the deck you're playing against, and it doesn't come into play tapped and still gives you blue? Wow. $11.22 US. The market's $11.22 US, and it's €12.17. Locally, it's 12 bucks for a near mint copy. What else needs to be said for lands this old? Think about the potential. I mean, you can all argue with me. You could put that in the comment section saying, I don't see it. That's great. That's great. You're allowed to have that opinion. I just see it a different way. I do. Trust my gut. And the last one we're going to show you today is going to be Strip Mine. Okay, again, an original OG, 60 bucks Canadian, heavily played locally. You're looking at an average of 51.69 US. The market is 105.05 US, and it's €48.66. I've seen them a little bit cheaper, heavily played. I've seen them a little more expensive. Depends on what condition you want to get. But if you happen to have one, I wouldn't sell it. I would hold on to it. Again, OG original printing. Strip Mine's been printed all over the place. But you notice these old ones seem to slowly be going up and down, up and down. That shows you eventually it's going to go higher. It'll go up and down, but it never goes back to its original low. It just slowly ticks up slowly. Slowly ticks up slowly. It just keeps going up. Fascinating, fascinating. Our next card is Urborg from Legends. Not Urborg, the Tomb of Yawgmoth, but the actual land. Now you look at that, $36 Canadian near mint. You notice this is a lot more expensive than, say, Talaria. But look what it does. It taps for black mana, which is awesome, but it removes First Strike ability and Swamp Walk from a creature to the end of turn. That's amazing. That's a showstopper in certain commander decks. Love it. Great to see. Now the average price, look at that, $27.70 US. The market is $29.76 US, and it's €24.55 to get you that card. It's been as high as 60 bucks. It's been drifting downward. People recognize that. Now I haven't seen insane sales. I didn't check the sales on all these cards. These are just cards on my list of watch cards that I keep an eye on, and I tend to check back once in a while to see how they're doing. And if I see one dip too low, I tend to grab one or two if I have funds available, just because there's something there that I think maybe could be something in the future. Sometimes it turns into nothing, and I just have some cool collections of old cards, but other times I see a rise in value based on new cards coming out or a new combination that's found that most people didn't see. Great cards, great nostalgic history. OG original cards I think are just going to be the way to go. Let's click this part off. More often we're seeing these worthless cards find new homes in new decks. Wizards creates a new card that breaks an old card that was sitting in a bulk bin worth $1. Old OG original Legends cards start rising in value because new uses are found for them. It makes you wonder where the next big hit will be, and no one ever knows. Even if they say they know, I can't tell you. this is what I do to look at cards and let my brain kind of go, where could this card go? Could something make this card better? And that's how I decide. But even then, you have to have funds available to be able to buy these cards. You can't go buying them all at once. Not endless funds. Pick it up when you can if you want to. These cards may not interest you. You may have your own sets, personal little hit cards you want to get your hands on that you think are going to be awesome in the future as well. I just usually trust my gut, let it lead me to lead me to Magic cards, and get things rolling. So thanks a lot for tuning in, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Make sure you put some comments in that comment section. Give this video a thumbs up, and let's talk about the cool cards of Magic. I'll see you guys soon. Big shout out goes out to each and every one of the fantastic patrons on the channel, all the amazing viewers who tune in every day. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Patrons make the world go round, and I will see you guys soon. Have an awesome day. See y'all tomorrow.